Shalom, shalom. Before I begin this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and the glory to YAHAWAH BAHASHM YAHAWASHI BAHASHM Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders, a great millstone that rule well, and peace and blessings be multiplied on all you brethren out there teaching this word in all sincerity and in truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect, 144,000, and the rest of the elect out there. I'm the brother Dama Al-Gabar, here with another lesson, Lord willing, to edify through the spirit and power of YAHAWAH Yahawashi. All right, just going to be a quick lesson through the spirit. Just woke up this morning, was reading some scriptures, and I was in this Isaiah, the 40th chapter, from the 9th verse, and I'm going to read all the way down to the bottom, just to, give that hope and inspiration, and that YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, man, is going to be good to the elect. All right. And as right now we're seeing all of this chaos unfold, all of this division, all of this uproars of the nations. We see these elites trying to bring in this new world order. We're seeing these Edomites being galvanized, to ultimately to wage war, civil war against one another, civil war against you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You see the quality of life, the quality of this kingdom ultimately is diminishing, and things are getting worse and worse. But at the end of the day, man, there is hope for the elect. All right. Lord willing, we're part of that number, man. You have to understand we're not going to be forsaken. And right now, hey, it's a beautiful time for us, man, as far as prophecy is concerned, because, hey, we see these things come into pass that's going to work in the favor for the elect and for ultimately for all Israel eventually. But right now, as things are spiraling out of control, hey, man, we need to just be wise and really just sit back and just watch, Esau lose his mind, go completely crazy, rip each other to shreds. And watch 2/3 spaz out, and watch these 2/3, react to all of the bullshit and the psychological operations, them getting involved in all of this secular and worldly bullshit while we just sit back and watch, man, and just watch prophecy unfold and continue to stay in our lane, and hey, and the Most High is going to make everything, work in favor for the elect. So I just wanted to read this Isaiah, the 40th chapter, all the way down to the bottom, showing you that, hey, man, we're in very, very good hands if we're a part of the elect. All right. And there's really nothing to fear. Now, of course, being in this flesh, you're going to see particular things that might make you be like, oh, shit, or damn, or, you might get nervous. You might, there might be a little bit of fear. But ultimately, hey, usually when that fear comes, at first, the spirit will always intervene and calm you down. And eventually you'll be able to dial in to the spirit, man. And, pretty much after that, you're good. So at the end of the day, hey, man, we're in very good hands, Lord willing. We're part of the elect, and everything that's happening is for our benefit at the end of the day. Hey, and the Most High is going to send back Yahawashi to make good on his word. And these nations are going down. There's nothing that Esau can do to, circumvent his coming doom and destruction and enslavement. And these nations are going to fall, and the only ones that's going to rise is going to be the elect of the Israelites at the end of the day, point blank, period, man. We got a great power. We got great, the holy angels. Hey, man, we're in very, very good hands, man. And at the end of the day, we're going to win. So I'm going to start here in Isaiah, the 40th chapter. Start here in the 9th verse and read all the way down, man. The Lord willing, this is edifying. So it says, O Zion, that bringeth good tidings, get thee up into the high mountain. O Jerusalem, that bringeth good tidings, lift up thy voice with strength. Lift it up, be not afraid. Say unto the cities of Judah, behold your power. You see, and this is ultimately the message that the prophets are bringing ultimately to the elect. To 2/3 of our people, they don't want to hear it. They fan their hands. They don't want to hear it. They do their they do what 2/3 supposed to do: scoff and mock and not believe and talk all this shit. Hey, but to the elect out there, hey, these words are uplifting. These words are, spiritually inclined to the vibration and the spirit of the elect for hope, for strength. It says, behold, the Lord Yahweh will come with strong hand, and his arm shall rule for him. Behold, his reward is with him, and his work before him. He shall feed his flock like a shepherd, and he shall gather the lambs with his arm, and carry them in his bosom, and shall gently lead those that are with young. Ultimately, speaking about the elect, they're going to be protected. The shepherd is coming for them, and we know ultimately the ultimate gathering is when we're taken up into the chips, into the chariots and delivered from this destruction. But also, we're going to be tended to and protected during the time of Jacob's trouble, during the time when all hell breaks loose in this society, man. When the shit literally hits the fan, hey, we're going to be protected. We're going to be shielded with the right arm of Yahawashi during these times, man. It says, who hath measured the waters in the hollow of his hand, and meted out heaven with the span, and comprehended the dust of the earth in a measure, and weighed the mountains in scales, and the hills in a balance? Who have directed the spirit of Yahweh, or being his counselor have taught him? And the answer is nobody. And remember, this is the power that we have on our side, man. The ultimate creator, Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi. So why should we fear what man can do? Hey, if we're part of the elect and we're under the protection of the creator of all things, why should we fear? And this is why we laugh at Esau and his new world order and his agenda and his plans and all this shit that he's planning to do. It's all going to be, disarmed. It's not going to come to pass, man. The Lord has already spoken. He's already determined Esau's bounds that he cannot pass. He can only go so far at the end of the day. And he is very limited in what he can ultimately do, especially to the elect of Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi, man. It says, with whom took he counsel, and who instructed him, and taught him in the path of judgment, and taught him in knowledge, and showed him the way of understanding. You see? And nobody, you see? And this is the power that we have with us. So this is why at the end of the day, there's no need for fear. This is why, we shouldn't fret. We shouldn't, be getting to all this, what ifs and who shoulda, who woulda, coulda, shoulda, what if this happens, or what if Esau forces a microchip in me, or what if he does this, or what if hey, there's nothing that Esau can do that's going to destroy or break the faith of the elect, man. Even if we have to die as martyrs, hey, there's no touching the made men of Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi. You see, and that should give you more than enough confidence. That should boost all of our spirits and all of our faith and trust in Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi, man. It says, behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket, and are counted as the small dust of the balance. Behold, he taketh up the isles as a very little thing. And Lebanon is not sufficient to burn, nor the beast thereof sufficient for burnt offerings. You see? So at the end of the day, you see, we see Esau walking in his great pride. We see these other nations, they are lifted up. They are, in a worldly sense, doing better than Jake. They are in a better financial situation. But at the end of the day, it's all just a temporary situation for these heathens. And at the end of the day, they're all going to bow down. They're all going to be become our possessions in the kingdom of heaven at the end of the day. Remember, these nations were created for us, not us created for them. It's just that we're in this, we're being punished by the Most High for our rebellion. So therefore, these nations have the upper hand. But in the greater scheme of things, we understand that a Moabite ain't shit. A Edomite ain't shit. These Ishmaelites, they ain't shit at the end of the day in the sight of Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi. They're just over us because of our rebellion, and as a form of punishment, that we have to endure, man. But like I said, in the greater scheme of things, they are nothing, man. And they're going to be made to be shown to be nothing in comparison to Israel. Hey, when Yahawashi comes back and put us back on the map, man. You see? So that's why, hey, man, you see these nations in their pride, you just laugh at it, because we know ultimately the latter end of things. We know ultimately their stance, in the sight of the Heavenly Father compared to Israel. They're not even comparable. They're not even in the same league as us, man. Hey, and that day is coming to where it's going to be made manifest, man. And we can't wait. It says all nations before him are as nothing. See, look at this. And they are counted to him less than nothing and vanity. So you see all these, like this guy, Charlie Kirk. Oh, he was a Christian and now he's with Jesus. No, he's not, man. No, he's not. When you die, you go back up into the spirit world. You go back up, where everybody goes when everybody dies. But in the great scheme of things, hey, in the sight of Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi, the true God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, he's just a freaking heathen, man. He's just he's just a heathen. I know Apostle Tahar said he possibly could be an Israelite. Well, if he is an Israelite, then hey, he'll be good. But if not, he's nothing. He's less than nothing. All right. I'm read this in the NOT, just the 17th verse. The nations of the world are worth nothing to him. In his eyes, they count for less than nothing, mere emptiness and froth. See? Hey, man. So the hell with these nations. They're nothing, man. All right. They're nothing in comparison. All right. It says, to whom then will you liken the Most High? Or what likeness would you compare unto him? The workman melted a graven image, and the goldsmith spreadeth it over with gold and casteth silver chains. He that is so impoverished that he have no oblation chooseth a tree that will not rot. Right. Because, most of these nations that have money, that have wealth, they'll make a graven image, but they'll put it with real gold and precious metals and stones and raise it up. Like Nebuchadnezzar made that image. It had real gold and things of that nature on it. But the poor man, he's so poor. Hey, he'll just get a piece of wood or something very cheap, something that he can afford to make a god. That's, how these nations operate. And none of that shit can be compared in no manner whatsoever to YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. That's why part of the commandments is you're not supposed to make no graven image. You see why? Because nothing, you can't compare that to to Yahweh. That's an insult, man. You can't, there's nothing in this earth, in heaven, or in nothing on this earth or under the waters beneath that you can create to be in comparison as a God like Yahweh. You see? It says, have you not understood? Slaki, it says, he that is so impoverished that he have no oblation chooseth a tree that will not rot. He seeketh unto him a cunning workman to prepare a graven image that shall not be moved. Have ye not known? Have ye not heard? Had it not been told you from the beginning? Have ye not understood from the foundations of the earth? It is he that sitteth upon the circle of the earth. You see, talking about Yahweh. So there's no graven image that you can make. You shouldn't even have the audacity to create, to try to make in comparison to the supreme Yahweh. Okay. It says, it is he that sitteth upon the circle of the earth, and the inhabitants thereof are as grasshoppers, that stretcheth out the heavens as a curtain, and spreadeth them out as a tent to dwell in, that bringeth princes to nothing. He maketh the judges of the earth as vanity. You see, and this is what he's getting ready to do to Esau, Edom, and these nations that are ruling over us, that are sitting in this lofty position. You see, they're getting ready to be brought to nothing. This is why they're being gathered for this third world war. This is why he's going to bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, so that he can send back Yahawashi to judge and to bring all of these heathens and these nations to nothing, man. All for the sake of Israel being raised up and being put back in our proper, rulership positions on this earth, man. It says, yea, they shall not be planted. Yea, they shall not be sown. Yea, their stock shall not take root in the earth, and he shall also blow upon them, and they shall wither, and the whirlwind shall take them away as stubble. To whom then will you liken me, or shall I be equal, saith the Holy One? You see? Nobody. You see, and this is why, hey, man, we are in the greatest position as being the sons of the Most High, man, because he's going to come and do this for, of course, for his holy name's sake, first and foremost, for his name can be exalted in the earth, but also to, also for us, for Israel. It says, to whom then will you liken me, or shall I be equal, saith the Holy One? Lift up your eyes on high, and behold who have created these things, that bringeth out their host by number. He calleth them all by names, by the greatness of his might, for that he is strong in power, not one faileth. And why sayest thou, O Jacob, and speaketh, O Israel, my way is hid from the Lord, and my judgment is passed over from my power? You see? And that's what a lot of Jakes say. If God was real, why we had to go into slavery? God forgot about us. We got to save ourselves. He ain't our God no more. You got to save yourself. No, man. That's hey, you thinking that way is going to get you destroyed, man. All right. Hey, and the Most High hasn't forgotten us, man. Scriptures say, if the sun doesn't shine anymore, or if heaven beneath can be searched out, then will I do away with Israel for all the things that they have done unto me. And the last time I checked, the sun rose this morning, and the moon is going to rise later on this night, man. You see? And the Most High hasn't forgotten our troubles. The Most High hasn't forgot about us, man. Hey, the very fact that the things that we see happening in the earth right now is a very real indication that the Lord hasn't forgot about us, man. All right. The fact that we have access to his holy, back to his holy names. Now that we're waking up to the fact that we're Israelites, is showing that the Lord hasn't forgot about us. Because if he didn't give a damn and if he forgot, we wouldn't be, you wouldn't see the prophets and the men of the Lord out there on the highways and the byways. You wouldn't see this great awakening. You wouldn't see, our enemies getting ready to be destroyed, man. You wouldn't see all the things happening that's signifying the end of this age. You see? It says, hast thou not known? Hast thou not heard that the everlasting power, Yahawah, the creator of the ends of the earth, fainteth not, neither is weary? There is no searching of his understanding. He giveth power to the faint, and he's getting ready to give power to the faint, which is the Israelites, man. We're the faint. And he's given us a form of spiritual power through preaching his word and being out there on the highways and the byways. You see? But eventually that power is going to be physically given to us when we're changed, when we get those new bodies, when we come back down out of the chariots, back upon the earth to establish, the kingdom of our Lord, man, to put everything back in its proper place, to put these nations in subjection. Hey, he's going to give us that power. All right. It says he giveth power to the faint. Let's look up that word power. Let's see what type of power he's going to give to the faint. And the word is koah. It says strength, power, might, human strength. Oh, look at that. Strength of angels. Right, because we're going to be changed. We're going to, this corruptible is going to put on that incorruptible. This mortal is going to put on immortality, man. You see, it says the power of angels, the power of God, strength of animals, strength, produce. You see? Yep. Look at this. To be firm, vigor, literally force in a good sense. You see? Ability. Yep. Strength, power, might. We're going to get all these things, man. It says, to him, he giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no might, he increaseth strength. Right. Because some of us are going to get spiritual power, man, at the appointed time when it's going to be needed in these last days. You see? And eventually we're going to receive ultimate power in the kingdom of heaven. It says, even the youths shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall. But they that wait upon YAHAWAH BAHASHM YAHAWASHI shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. You see? Hey, and this is going to happen physically here on this side before we're in the kingdom. Especially when the enemy come in like a flood, when it seems like all hope is lost and Esau is, doing his worst, particular men are going to receive spiritual power, man. And eventually, we're going to have complete dominance and rulership in the kingdom of heaven. It's just a matter of time. And this is the God and the power that is on our side, man. We literally, just have to be patient and wait and faint not. Hey, and the Lord's going to make good on everything that he's promised unto us, man. You see, and this is the power that we have with us. So what the hell should we fear what Esau has going on? You hear these Edomites out here. Hey, and these Edomites are mounting up. I was just watching a video. I might do a quick video on it after this with that guy, Charlie Kirk's wife. She just gave her little speech, basically mounting up the troops. She's basically telling these Edomites, hey, to rally up, mount up, get ready, and they was doing these damn visuals all across the country, even over there in London, England. A lot of these so-called Edomites with the same views as that guy Kirk, mounting up, getting ready. You see? But at the end of the day, hey, it's all going to be in vain any goddamn way. Hey, we know at the end of the day, these devils are going to be crushed. They're going to lose. They're not going to win. Hey, YAHAWAH BAHASHM YAHAWASHI is for us, and he's for our victory and not theirs, man. So I just want to do a quick lesson on that, man. Lord willing, it was edifying. Lord willing, it was, inspiring. But to know that, hey, man, we can't lose, man. Hey, the power of YAHAWAH BAHASHM YAHAWASHI is with us and only us. And these devils are going to eventually fold and fall and be broken, man. So with that, Lord willing, that was edifying. All praise, honor, glory to YAHAWAH BAHASHM YAHAWASHI. Until the next one, shalom.